Hey guys, what's up, man? It's your man Kamari, aka Reno Slow Motion, and today is National Coming Out Day. Yeah. Alright, let me turn this down a little bit. Alright, so those that don't know, today is the day when you remember when you came out to your parents, your friend, that special someone in your life, when you told them that you were gay, straight, no, not straight, that you were gay, bisexual, lesbian, transgender, pansexual, asexual, genderqueer, intersex, and beyond, beyond, beyond. I mean, there's a lot of labels out there. I mean, we have a lot of labels in the community. But you express yourself to someone, basically like you're confessing to someone about yourself. Sharing that valuable information about how you feel, how you want people to perceive you, or how you want to present yourself as if you come around them, or, you know, be around friends and family, or your interaction with other people, how your friends are going to be because of how you are. Alright, so, a lot of people might have seen my videos and maybe not seen my videos. I came out when I was, more likely I would say when I was 15. More time I came out when, basically when I was 15 years old. I just did it over a conversation, you know, it came out. My family knew, like my stepmom, my mother, not my stepmom, but when I got adopted, my dad was like in denial. He was like, blah, 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 you know. Because they didn't know about me being intersex until I started developing a lot more. Voice was dropping, mannerisms was coming in, you know. I started feeling more like a man, and having that boy aspect when you become a teenager, you're hormones guy. Woo! Yeah, so that's when I had that kind of talk with my father. But before that, he was in denial because he thought I was a girl, supposed to be a girl, and I just wanted to be tomboyish, and I wanted to climb trees, and all that other stuff, you know. Well, his wife, she kind of figured something was wrong, but she wasn't too happy about it, you know what I'm saying? She was, like, she didn't really like it, because I remember in my room, I wanted to post pictures of women all over, you know, the Jet Beauties, you know, you used to cut the women out of the magazines that were hot and fun, and bathing suits looking all nice. You want to put them on your wall in your room. So I started doing that. Started when I was 7 years old. That's when I knew I was going through that moment, you know, checking out women, putting pictures all on my walls of girls, females looking good in dresses or bathing suits, you know, and that's when Sports Illustrated had that thing going on. I took all the chicks out of the magazine and put it on the wall. Well, his wife did not. My adopted mother couldn't stand that. She was mad, man. She snatched like every picture that was on it. Don't be putting these broads up on my wall. I don't want to see all that, you know. She kind of figured, but she wasn't too happy about it. You know, here I am young. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I know it felt good to be doing it, you know. So, so she snatched all the pictures off the wall. She had a conversation with my dad, and you know, I think something's wrong with the child, and I think that, you know, at the time that she was saying I think that she needs to go and talk to a therapist or get some counseling. So guess what? I was already getting bullied at school because of who I was, for being different, acting different, like not acting like every, you know, and their wise, you know, the label was female. Wasn't acting like them. Wasn't pressing on boys. Wasn't wanting to go out on dates with them. I was looking at them motherfuckers like, I wish you would. I'd beat your ass. That's the way I was looking at them. So I had the nickname He-Man. So the boys used to call me He-Man because I was very boyish and mannish. You know, very, very, very masculine from my young age. You know, instead of me being like girly, I'm like boyish. I want to play ball. I want to shoot on these niggas like that. Take the shirt off. You know, this is what I used to do. So when I started going to sign me up to a therapy. So I was going to see a therapist like twice a week. Love my therapist. She was so cool. She was mad cool. She didn't think there was nothing wrong with me. You know, she tried to tell him there's nothing wrong with your child. You know, this is how the child's expressing. They're just going through. It might be a phase, or maybe that's how they're gonna be. Oh no! My dad's wife was like, no, 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 no. I want a daughter. My daughter's not gonna be gay and be all butchy or bulldaggerish. Bulldaggerish, I don't know what that meant, but I know it didn't sound like a good word to be hearing at my age. So, so we didn't have Google back then, you know, I couldn't Google that stuff. So, um, I just knew that my counselor, I was playing all these games, I was seeing her and I was talking to her. Well, because she didn't think it was changing anything and it was becoming a waste of money, she stopped me going to therapy. Because she's like, well, I think the woman's encouraging you to be this way or encouraging you of whatever you're doing. So she pulled me out of therapy, which is kind of weird. But you want your child to go to therapy, you know? And the information I was telling her, she was trying to tell my dad's wife, and it just wasn't going. It was going in her ear, and it was pissing her off. You know, she wanted this girly girl for a daughter, and she wanted her to wear earrings and wear dresses and talk to boys and have crushes on boys. And I wasn't about all that, man. I was like, man, fuck this. We like two peas in the pod. We like rock together. We like homies, you know. That's how I was looking at the dudes. So the more and more I started changing, then when I got up in age, my voice started dropping. And I started being more like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was more dominant than anything. Like, my brothers, like, feeling like they were talking to a brother, you know? And they was like, this is supposed to be your sister, and that's not your brother, you know? Dudes will they remember when I was younger and try to holler at me, and I was cutting them niggas like, hell nah, nigga, I ain't down like that. Then I got older, then I had long hair, but I kept it nice and neat, you know. And I used to comb my hair, let it lay on me. And dudes was trying to peep game and all that, and I was like, no, nigga. I was like Snoop Doggy Dogg in my body, you know. And they was like, hey, she's really boyish. So they couldn't tell. I knew I was the sister, but then they kind of second guessed I was the sister. I was, you know, until I got older, and then I was crushing on my brother's girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of the females come over, they thought I was cute, and I was just, like, smiling, and they would kiss me on the cheek and all that, and see when I was sick and all, and my brother's was like, this don't make no sense. How the hell can you be sitting up here macking on women I'm bringing over here, you know, bringing home, and you up here, like, yo, what's up? How you doing, sexy? You know, I was a little bad, shorty. I'm not gonna lie, I was bad. You know, I was like a little walking horny boy. But it felt good. When I came 15 years old, I told my dad that, you know what, something's wrong with down there. I think something's different. And then come to find out, I was born intersex. So that's why down there is a lot different from every other girl. You know, I didn't realize that was different until I'll say when I turned 17, that's when I realized I was majorly different. But my father, when I told him about me wanting to transition, he took it hard, you know, because it's like he wanted a daughter, but yet I wanted to be the boy I am. And he didn't, it took him some time, you know, he still ain't all the way there, but it's taking him time, you know, and it's like, he was dropped me off, but I could see it in his face. You know, parents don't say nothing, and when they don't say nothing, they don't know how to express what they want to say, so they just don't say nothing at all, and that's kind of how it was. It's like quiet in the car, but he'll drop me off to the group therapy session, you know, but he wouldn't say nothing, but he would come and pick me up, he would drop me off. And I used to go to it. It was called the Montgomery Institute. It was like an old couple that used to run it on Kyle Parkway on Saturdays. It was like every other Saturday you meet up. It'd probably be about 3 hours long. And you come in, you meet the other people. We had new people. We had a lot of FTMs, trainee women, intersex, guys who just started pre-T, pre-op, post-op. I mean, you had it all in this group, and it was pretty cool. I felt comfortable. And it was like therapeutic for me because I was letting off, I get to share my feelings with other people that can identify, can identify what I was speaking about, can give me some clarity. And that's what I was seeking. So when I was going to that therapy, I felt comfortable. I mean, I expressed how I felt. And my first love, she used to go to the therapy. I'm not going to say her name, but she went with me for like 6 months. I mean, I could have stopped going to therapy after I started T and everything, but I still continued to go because it was still helping me to deal with things that society, how they was going to perceive me, and maybe the negativity can then affect me in a non-positive, aspect. So I kept going. And the more I kept going, the more I kept feeling comfortable about myself. The more I started meeting people and been able to talk about, hey, I'm this way. When I got the letter for my surgery, that's when I realized that, hey, I want to go ahead and get chest surgery. And then our downstairs said, hello, you're already here, so you don't need that. So I didn't want to get lower surgery because there was no need to mess with nothing except probably get a hysterectomy. I knew I wanted to do that. So the first doctor I saw was Dr. Peter Raphael in Dallas, Texas. He was the very first trans doctor, surgeon I met face to face after I saw him on TV. I met with him, and then he told me about me being more of, yeah, you are intersex. It's 100% your test results. It shows that you have more T than a lot of females have in them, and that, yeah, you're born intersex. And I thought I knew something was wrong with me, but I didn't know it had a label or a title or a description, a definition for it, but I just knew I was different. So then he writes me a letter. Somebody robs me for the money that I was supposed to get my surgery done, so I never got it. But it's crazy because our family was finna move, to Texas. Like, my dad was finna move to Texas, and I didn't want to leave Atlanta because I knew Atlanta, I could transition, and there was a lot more resources, so I wanted to stay somewhere. So me and my first love kicked it together. We moved in together, and it kind of went. It's a long story beyond that, but when I first told someone I dated, that was a lesbian that I had never dated before, it was hard to come out to that person, to tell them. My ex, that was the one who I told that, hey, I'm born intersex and I'm transitioning to become a man, and when she was a lesbian, that was the hardest coming out because we still have rocky moments. We're not together because she can't handle it, Even though y'all seen the video with us, and my little haircut and all that, it's hard to come out to someone and tell them that, hey, I'm trans, because you don't know how they'll take it. But then some people think, well, dang, that's just kind of messed up, blah, blah, blah. But it's really hard. It's not every day you can wake up and say, hey, hello, I'm trans, or I'm gay, or I like women and men, or I'm gender queer. I don't decide to have a label, but I like both. I like carrying myself as a man that looks at women, or I feel like I want to be a female and date another female. They don't have gender. A gender queer, it's like, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's a long story with that. But when somebody decides they want to come out and express that they're gay, or they're bisexual, or they're trans, or they're trans woman, MTF, FTM, intersex, have respect and compassion. Understand why they choose to go through these steps. Understand um, what ways, how they felt about being themselves. I mean, sometimes you could be a good friend or you could be an enemy. My thing is, why be a bully to someone who's confiding in you about themselves? Would you rather them be real, or do you rather them hide and then you find out by somebody else about who they truly are inside? If you can't respect them for their views and their points and their opinions about their life or their decision or preference to become who they want to become or their lifestyle that they decide to be, then maybe you should just keep yourself distant from them, because maybe you can hinder them from doing what they want to do. You know, it takes pride into expressing yourself, and it takes a lot of pride and balls to sit up here and say, I am gay, I am bisexual, I am a gay man, I do like women, and I dress like a boy, I am FTM, and I would choose to be a man instead of being a female. Or I choose to be a woman instead of a man. I choose to cut off my chest and become a man. These are things people express every single day. It takes a hard time to walk through the world and not feel like someone's looking at you or looking down on you. But it's also more harder when it's someone that is close to you and you can't even be your true self nor express your true self or inner being. Have compassion for other individuals. Sometimes you might make a good friend, but sometimes you might not understand. But this is their life. They only have one of them. If they let you be you, let them be them. Peace.